We are here at the Engineering Design Show 2025 in Coventry, and I have Neil and I have Mark on the stand now from KUKA Robotics. So for any of our audience that's not familiar with the KUKA Robotics brand, what do you guys do? What do your robots do?
Well, KUKA itself as a company has been in existence for over 125 years, founded in Augsburg in Germany near Munich. Got into robotics about 50 years ago, credited with really inventing the six-axis robot as we know it today, electrically controlled six-axis robot that we know today. Traditionally known for the automotive industry, automotive manufacturing, handling large items and large payloads as you would find, welding as well in automotive.
Okay.
But these days we've expanded, or over the last 50 years or so, expanded into general industry. And now you'll find our robots in all sorts of different production environments. The new avenue we're looking at is automated mobile robots.
Okay.
And so, extending the range of what we can provide.
And a six-axis robot. So my 3D printers, they're going to be three-axis robots, X, Y, Z. The six-axis ones, they're the ones I'm going to be familiar seeing alongside automotive production lines. So you're putting two extra axes in there, some rotation, I guess, for doing spot welding and that type of thing.
Yeah, traditionally it would be spot welding. Yeah, they pick and place. Palletizing is another area that we're quite strong in. So end of line handling, finished products. So anything large and heavy, that's what robots are used for moving around.
Right. Okay. Yeah, brilliant. So you're here at the show 2 days.
Yeah.
What are you hoping to achieve? What's your goals and your takeaways for the show?
Well, we've brought our AMRs with us, as I say, one of the newer products, and it's just getting a bit of exposure with those.
Yep.
They are a very good quality product, and seeing is believing. So, shows like this allow the engineers to see what is available and what's available now.
Right. AMR, explain that abbreviation.
Automated mobile robots.
Automated mobile robot. Cool. Now, anything that's automated and mobile, I'm imagining, if not now, maybe quite soon, would probably have some artificial intelligence maybe built behind the scenes. Any of that?
Not so much AI, but as I say, it's you can imagine the safety systems are one of the biggest parts of the robot. They're designed to work around production areas, warehouses, so safety's paramount in them.
And these are the types of robots that are going to be moving product through factories, warehouses.
Yes,
that type of application.
Yeah, exactly. So, some of our AMRs can lift up to 3 tons. So, as you can imagine, they can be quite big components. And then, as I say, small, high, fast-moving parts as well. So,
right. And if people came to your stand to have a look at what you've got there, what are the things that differentiate your robots from competitive products? What are the USPs of the KUKA brand?
As I say, they've got a very competitive price point, very well spec'd. So they've got front and rear 3D cameras, obstacle avoidance, load detection cameras, QR code cameras for navigation, accurate plus or minus 5 mil. So capable of doing much more than just the simple logistics. They can be used in production and as part of the production process.
Right. So they've got some situational awareness.
Yeah, so just come back to your point on AI, John. I think, at the moment, the software is the key. That's one of our differentiators as well. We've got really good software. It's very clever. It will plot the whole factory environment or the warehouse or wherever it is they're going to be operating, get their route, work out how many actual units they need, depending on the load they're going to be carrying, the route they're taking. And AI is going to be coming like this. There'll be a chip in there that can have some AI so that they can actually steer around obstacles. At the moment, they'll stop if there's an obstacle or somebody walks in front of it, carry on afterwards. But the AI side will be where they'll actually take avoiding action, replot themselves. So I think that's coming. That's probably the next step.
Well, as I say, there's a level of it available now.
Yep.
But as I say, that can only improve.
Yeah. Interesting. we're on the Sustainable Engineering Alliance stand. So sustainability, circular economy is kind of where we're at. We've got lots of attributes of sustainable product design and manufacture, things like efficiency, energy efficiency, reliability, durability, maintainability, all those sorts of things. Can you just give our viewers an indication of some of the attributes like that apply to your products, and maybe your company itself in the way it manufactures its own products and operates its own factories?
Yeah, well, I can start off there. So the controllers that you need for the robot are now more power efficient than ever. So one of the things we've been working on over the last few years is really reducing the power consumption, because everybody wants to be as power efficient as possible, to save cost as much as anything else, but obviously also for sustainability and environmental issues.
Yeah.
So that we've got ticked off. I think the AMRs also are very efficient in the way that they run, the amount of power they need. We also do a lot of refurbished robots as well. So we have a whole department that deals with used robots.
Yeah.
And so we take robots back,
Yeah.
completely refurbish them in the factory. They come out the other end like a new robot with a full warranty.
Right.
So they've got another life. And I think that's important because obviously we're using a lot of steel, a lot of raw materials. You want to make sure we maximize the use of that.
Yeah.
So that's key for us as a company to be obviously as sustainable as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's brilliant. I mean, we'll probably have to follow that up with a story, I think, because we're looking now for kind of pioneering applications of that circular model, where a manufacturer introduces a product to the market, it's used. When it reaches a certain point in its life, it's returned, maybe upgraded through that refurbished process, so it comes out an even better robot than it was before. Were you talking about motor control efficiency there? I'm assuming these are battery powered.
In terms of the AMRs,
the AMRs are battery powered, so it's lithium ion batteries.
Yeah.
Very efficient.
Yeah.
And as I say, one of the key features is you can get feedback on the power consumption from all of our robots.
Yeah.
So you're able to monitor it and understand the process that you're doing and where it uses the power.
Yeah.
And how you can best utilize and be more efficient.
Right. Yeah. So and getting a longer shift out of it before a recharge.
Exactly.
If it is required.
And the whole charging structure can be managed, so you can set it up so it understands the layout it's in. So when the operatives are on a break, then they can charge, or rather than getting to a low level, they can charge part the way through and maintain it constant working.
Yeah, okay. And I guess if the factory maybe has got solar panel installations or battery storage is on renewable, you can recharge it for renewable. So you've kind of got a net zero distribution facility.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
That's what we're all aiming for, isn't it, really? I mean, KUKA as a company uses as much renewable energy as possible as well. So our factories in Germany and Hungary and in other places of, obviously using as many renewable energy sources as possible.
Yeah, brilliant. A broader question, just sort of bring us towards the end of the interview. I'm guessing you're selling your robots into a very wide range of industries. I can't imagine there's an industry you're not involved in. So if you had to pick the kind of the industries that are going to shape growth and innovation over the next 12 or 24 months, what would you choose? Who's doing best?
To be honest, the automation is not restricted to industries. It's there's such opportunity. We have robotics in everything from milking parlors to automotive to warehouses to hospitals. So it's getting recognition to understand that they can be used in all sorts of different areas and making that happen. It's opening people's eyes to the opportunities, I think.
Yeah. And there are some industries where there's more potential than others. Maybe they're underutilized. So food and bev, for instance. So food and beverage is the biggest manufacturing industry sector we have.
Yeah.
Probably has more people doing manual tasks that could, very repetitive tasks, where you could utilize more robots. And they've been a little bit sort of slow to introduce automation there. So I think huge potential in that industry.
It's interesting. My background is automation in food and pharmaceutical and things back in the day. And it was very much increasing the speed of the automated packaging lines, but all of the operations around that tended to be quite manual. So I imagine that's the sort of opportunity you're talking about.
Yeah, and they still very much are.
Yeah.
You know, they're a little bit behind the curve, so hopefully they'll catch up and start introducing some automation.
Sort of heavy lifting and moving stuff around, type of stuff there. So I can see that. Well, I'll bring our little chat to a conclusion with two questions that I'll spring on you. The most influential engineer, as far back in history as you wish to go, who would you choose?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah.
As I say, his designs, his thoughts were so ahead of his time.
Yeah.
And you know, I was at the museum very recently, and it's amazing to think that some of his thoughts are literally light years ahead of where he was.
Yes. Yeah. How good a person's mind with no one to build on,
Yeah.
no one's shoulders to stand on, suddenly have those ideas. I
was going to say probably a classic isn't Bar Kingdom Brunel would be, you know, my sort of engineering hero, I guess. Obviously well known by a lot of people for a lot of the heavy engineering that he was involved with.
And plenty of his work still to see.
Exactly. Yeah, it was very solid and well built, and still around.
And my final question is, what is the one invention that you wish you'd invented?
Shall I go first this time?
Go on.
In case you steal my thunder. I would like to have invented the iPhone, of course, because I mean that's changed everybody's lives so much. As well, the smartphone in general, but particularly the iPhone.
Yeah, understandable.
I'll just go. I'll stick with a 6-axis robot. Thanks.
Oh, very good.
There you go.
Keep it on point.
Yeah, perfect. Fantastic. Excellent. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you both.
Thanks.
Thank
I'll
you.
let you get back to the show and sell some robots. And thank you very much for your time.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's
Thank
good
you.
talking to you.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.